Hey everyone, and welcome to TopThink. Today we'll learn 12 amazing benefits of reading books. Now, let's begin. There's nothing like getting lost in a good book. Whether your preference is historical fiction, gripping autobiographies, exciting romance, outrageous sci-fi, or whatever your heart desires, plenty of reasons why reading is good for the mind, heart, and the soul. It's a wonderful way to relax, to sharpen your mind, to deepen your connections, and to even improve your physical health. Why is reading so good for you? Well, it may seem like a simple activity on the surface, but the act of reading activates various parts of your brain and is ultimately a form of intellectual exercise. Plus, the physical act of pausing, sitting in repose, and then focusing on one text in front of you is practically meditative, meaning it's great for your body and your soul too. Just a few minutes of reading per day can have a huge impact on your overall well-being. So, without further ado, here are 12 amazing benefits of reading books. Number 1. Expand your vocabulary. Humans are lifelong learners. Reading books exposes you to a variety of words that you might not be using in your everyday conversations. As children, we learn vocabulary words in school, often through rote memorization, followed by repeated testing. Reading is a way to learn words through context instead. Studies have shown that learning through experience can be more effective than through memorization alone, and vocabulary is no exception. The more you read, the more you'll be exposed to new words. Having a wide vocabulary helps you more accurately articulate your thoughts, leading to stronger personal and professional connections. Employers appreciate workers who are able to communicate effectively, and potential friends and partners will be charmed and intrigued when you're able to be specific and interesting in your articulation. Number 2. Boost your memory. Regular reading is like a workout for your brain, no equipment required. Reading an entire book, whether it's fiction or nonfiction, requires you to keep track of details like names, places, dates, and events. It's an exercise in memory retention. Visualizing information helps improve your memory. Text on a page is visual information. Your eyes are taking it in and translating it in your brain, working that memory muscle. Both your short-term and long-term memory can get exercise while reading. After all, especially when reading a longer book, you're unlikely to finish it all in one go. That means you may need to retain key information about the story over days, weeks, or even months in order to understand what's going on as you finish. Number 3. Sharpen your focus. When you're reading a book, you're forcing yourself to do one thing and one thing only. This is a rare occurrence in our technology-saturated world where most of us have, for better or for worse, become overly distracted multitaskers. Reading requires your full concentration. In this sense, reading becomes a form of mindfulness. You have to put away screens, your work, and your worries. You have the opportunity to practice living in the present moment in order to fully enjoy and appreciate the story that's unfolding on the page. Number 4. Enhance your imagination. Books can transport us to other worlds. Fantastical or not, they still lead our minds down pathways that are at least a little different from our everyday lives. Children are used to playing pretend in made-up worlds, but as adults, this skill is less instinctive. Reading allows our imaginations to flourish once again. When reading, your brain naturally draws images of the characters, the locations, and the scenes. You may even start to creatively fill in the blanks about the book and create a richer background for the story in your mind. Having a strong imagination makes you more creative and understanding of others. Number 5. Expand your empathy. Books offer a portal into another point of view. Most fictional works are told from the perspective of one or more characters, giving you insight into their thoughts, feelings, and opinions. Even nonfiction books can offer intimate profiles of lives different than our own. By putting yourself in the shoes of a book's protagonist, you can start to empathize with them. This translates over into real life as well. By getting outside of yourself just a little bit, you can start to see how others see the world. Even if you don't agree with them, you can still identify commonalities or at least be open to understanding where they're coming from. And this is bound to make you a better human. Number 6. Increase analytical thinking. As we mentioned earlier, reading keeps your brain busy. You have to keep track of names and places, events, dates, and more. And come on, most of us naturally want to know what comes next. The process that your brain goes through as you read, connecting all the loose threads and trying to guess the ending, is analytical thinking. Reading is essentially one big stress-free, low-stakes problem-solving exercise. The act of reading is a mental workout, and reading novels specifically have a real impact. Neuroscientists at the University of California, Davis did brain scans of people reading. When the readers got to particularly intense parts of the text, the scans indicated activity in more parts of the brain. So don't shy away from those mysteries and thrillers and action stories. They do your brain good. Number 7. Improve your communication skills. Reading to yourself means you have a dialogue running in your head, and books give us a lot to think about, causing thoughts of our own to start to form about the story and beyond. This internal dialogue, or monologue, can then become your own spoken words. With an expanded imagination and vocabulary, readers are often better speakers. And remember, readers tend to be more empathetic and better critical thinkers with a great vocabulary. All of those qualities contribute to your talent as a communicator as well. Being more empathetic means that you're more likely to understand the viewpoints of others and to feel for them. You're more likely to be a better listener and will be able to respond more effectively and intelligently to your conversation partner, talking with them rather than talking at them. Meanwhile, as a strong analytical thinker, you'll find it easier to respond quickly in the moment, stringing complex thoughts together, solving problems, and winning arguments. And with your expanding vocabulary, you'll be able to say it with style. Number 8. Become a better writer. Where do books come from? Writers, of course. Reading the written work of someone else can increase your own writing skills in turn. Taking in a book allows you to study structure, phrasing, pacing, and more. You can start to pick up on more complex styles of writing and advanced techniques like metaphor and alliteration. Now, you might be thinking, but I'm not interested in writing books of my own. Hey, that's okay. There are still plenty of ways we all use writing in our daily life. Emails, text messages, letters, and simple notes to friends and colleagues will all become stronger the more you read. Writing is integral to professional success and social acumen. Number 9. Manage stress. Most of us who read regularly do it, at least in part, to relax. But do you know why reading is so soothing? Getting lost in a story can transport you away from your everyday troubles. Reading is also a form of mindfulness, forcing you to be in the present and focus on the text that's in front of you. The University of Sussex has the data to prove just how relaxing reading is. They did a study that showed a 68% reduction in stress levels in those who read for just 6 minutes. So if you're feeling like you're on the edge of burnout, spending just 5 or 10 minutes reading could help calm your nerves. Number 10. Get better sleep. Given how relaxing it is to dive into a good book, reading before bed can help you get better sleep. Letting your imagination wander and thrive as you read, it puts your consciousness into a state that's primed for sleep and dreaming. It also reduces physical tension, allowing your body to naturally transition into rest mode. Many of us are practically addicted to our screens, and the blue light from phones, tablets, and televisions has been proven to disrupt our circadian rhythm, also known as the sleep cycle. Reading is a perfect antidote to phone addiction. So put away the screen, pick up a good book, and prepare yourself for slumber. Number 11. Prevent cognitive decline. Keeping your mind active is one of the best ways to combat age-related cognitive decline. And the National Institute on Aging notes that one of the best ways to keep your mind active in this way is by reading. It's a form of mental exercise that's safe and accessible at any age, not to mention enjoyable. Rush University Medical Center conducted a study showing that people who engaged regularly in mentally stimulating activities like reading were less likely to develop brain lesions and plaque buildup that are tied to conditions like dementia and Alzheimer's disease. Reading can help keep your brain agile and youthful later in life, so make it a regular practice as early as you can. Number 12. Live longer. Studies are finding that readers live longer. A report published in Social Science and Medicine showed that people who read for more than 3 hours per week lived longer than those who didn't. It also showed that reading books was more impactful on longevity than reading magazine articles or other short-form content. Now, this sounds like a big leap, but it may very well be true. Just think about all the factors that we discussed earlier. People who are stronger communicators and agile thinkers, who are calm, happy, and well-rested, are more likely to be successful in life, professionally, socially, emotionally, physically, and even financially. Each of those can have a positive impact on overall longevity. Hey, thank you for watching TopThink, and be sure to subscribe because more incredible content is on the way.